All right, guys, we are back for another episode of Game Over Played Again, and this time we are talking Limbo.
Let's go.
Yes, so my name is Tom Watson, and right here I got Anthony Morris sitting next to me. What's up, bud?
How's it going, Tom?
Oh, it's going well. Another fine day.
Yes, another fine day for sure. It's awfully early on this day today, but
it is. So I gotta shout out. Bryce told me about the super coffee.
yeah,
What do you think?
it's interesting.
Yeah?
I am pleasantly surprised with it. I went with the peppermint mocha latte. It looks like you've got the standard mocha latte.
I
over
do.
there. It's very good.
Yeah.
Low in calories, not a lot of added sugar. I mean, it's excellent.
No, it's great. I've actually been drinking these not every day because, in the words of Bryce, I don't want to vibrate through walls.
Yeah. Well, we're sitting at about 150 milligrams of caffeine, so that equates to about 1.5 cups of coffee. I had a Zevia earlier today, and those average, I want to say they're about 45 milligrams of caffeine per can. So
Okay. What's Mountain Dew sitting at?
I'm not sure what Mountain Dew's at.
Oh.
So I'm feeling pretty good today.
Are ya?
I am starting.
All right. Starting. Let's see if you vibrate through the end of the episode.
We'll see. Something might be.
So speaking of Bryce, and he's going to hate the fact that I'm talking about him on our podcast. You know that, right?
Yes. I can already see the text messages now.
Yeah, they're going to roll right in. Well, so speaking of Bryce and podcasts, he sends me a message. Or no, did he call? Either way, he called. That's what it was.
Okay.
And when he calls, I answer.
Right.
Unless I can't. But he's like, "Did you seriously start a podcast?" I go, "Of course I did. Why wouldn't I?" He goes, "So it's what, your fourth job now?" And it would help if it paid, but yeah, it's pretty much a fourth job. It's another part-time job. But he's like, "All right, man, I'll take a listen. What are you doing? Blah blah blah." And he told me about a new podcast.
Ooh.
And he told me it's called Tooth and Claw.
Tooth and Claw.
And holy shit, it is the coolest podcast.
I've never heard of it.
Oh my gosh! So basically, they're talking about what to do when you're faced with situations where like you run across a bear. What should you do? And they tell stories about bear attacks or wolf attacks or
Very cool.
The first one I listened to was about a python that kills these two boys.
Really?
Oh, it's the coolest thing ever.
So I just looked it up here, and it actually looks really interesting. It looks like it's true stories of animal attacks, and the hosts are actual wildlife biologists.
One of them is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he has
That's
his little brother
amazing.
on there, and Jeff, I believe is his name. And
Yes.
he is so freaking hilarious. Just the stuff that he's bringing to the table. You got two guys trying to be serious, and you got him screwing around. So,
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's right up my alley. And so my hat's off to Bryce for cluing us in on these guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that a listen on my drive home here.
Absolutely.
So I gotta ask, what are the chances you think we can get Bryce on an episode?
Get to, want to, or need to? I'm sure he doesn't want to.
I'm sure he doesn't want to, but do you think we could get him to?
It'd probably be an old game.
Ooh, taking digs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna edit this part out.
No, I'm gonna pay for that one, and it's okay. He's not. I don't think he's a video game guy.
You don't think so? There's got to be something he's played.
I think he's still. The only reason he's still playing Pokemon Go is his wife called him out the other day and said, "Hey, how come you're not sending me gifts?" So it's not that he doesn't play games, but I don't know if we could do an episode of Pokemon Go.
We could do an episode of Pokemon Go.
Sounds horrible.
Well, we did an episode of Super Mario Kart.
Yeah,
We could do an episode of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but Super Mario Kart's awesome.
What? Pokemon Go is awesome.
It is. It's kind of ran its course for me, but I could re-download it and.
Yeah. You get Bryce on here as a guest for that episode.
That sounds horrible. Actually, I'd probably have to get our old team together and talk about that. We had four. I think there was 4 or 5 of us that as scout leaders, and we all downloaded it, and we were all playing it, and the other person didn't know that the other person was playing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we all picked the red team.
That's so awesome.
And, this is just a dig for those people out there. We didn't want to be window lickers. Were you a window licker?
I was.
You went yellow, huh?
Well, I went blue.
Oh, that blue is not a window licker, man. Yellow was the window lickers.
I'll take the win. So is that like the Hufflepuff of the Pokemon teams?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Hufflepuff of the teams. But yeah, so that's awesome. But yeah, well, when it came out, my kids were playing it day one.
Right.
Like, what the hell are you guys playing? Oh, Pokemon Go. Oh, fuck, a Pokemon game. Blah, blah, blah. And I was always the type of person I had to know what my kids were playing.
Sure.
So I downloaded it on my phone, and the next thing you know, I'm playing it more than they are. And so, of course, that's not cool when your dad's playing. So, of course, they quit playing, and I kept playing. But we would go places, and I'd be like, all right, get out of the car. We got to play.
Pull up to gyms and different things.
Well, yeah, and like we drove down to Butte, and there was a gym I wanted to get into and raid it, and I just couldn't quite do it by myself. So, of course, I had the whole family playing. And, some of the experience, fuck, now we're going to have to play that game.
We are. We're going to have to get Bryce on. It's going to be great. I actually did recently download it again with where my fiance and I live.
Oh,
we live
yeah.
by an abundance of Pokestops.
Yeah, you do.
I just have to seriously walk across my living room, and there's like 5 or 6 right there. So...
Fine. And I'm sure they've all updated to new generations and all that crap.
Oh, yeah.
Fine. Well, we're not here for Pokemon talk.
We are not. We are here for Limbo.
Yeah, you took me down a rabbit hole I wasn't ready for. So Limbo, yeah, I guess there was room for a little extra talk because this is not a long game.
No, it's a very short game. I believe the average play time is probably, I think I saw 3.5 hours. I want to say I did it in 5 or 6.
Very nice. I actually have no idea how long mine took. I went to go fire it back up, and I left mine running.
Oh.
So we'll get into this in a second, but I was playing it on Steam.
Okay.
And I played it, and then I walked away, and apparently I didn't close down the game. So the next day I come back, and I'm at 27 hours. I'm like, well, that's bullshit. So it certainly wasn't no 27 hours.
No.
But I would guess that total gameplay, I was probably in that 5-hour realm.
Yeah.
Over the course of 2 days.
Sure.
But what a great game. It came out on everything.
Yeah, it came out on everything. I want to say its first release was around 2015. I actually remember playing it on my iPhone.
Oh, jeez.
I downloaded it as a mobile app for $7.99, and it came out on the phone during a time when the app gaming was really starting to take off, but most of it was still vertical. I mean, you had Flappy Bird, you had your Doodle Jumps, different things like that. So to have a game that was a puzzle game, had a story, and was fully horizontal and ran smooth. The controls were amazing. It was...
Well, it's 2 buttons.
It was insane. Yeah, it's 2 buttons. But, they tried to do that with tons of games. I remember lots of racing games they'd come out with, or horizontal shooting games, and they all sucked.
Right.
But Limbo was really ahead of its time. And I don't think it was put out by a major video game production company either. I haven't looked, but I know it's not like a Nintendo or a Rockstar that put it out. So yeah.
Well, you kept talking about this game, and I just I'm like, oh, what is this Limbo game? Blah blah blah, and whatnot, and I got to play your games if you're gonna play mine, right? It's only fair.
It's a fair trade.
All right. What I didn't expect was to like this game.
I'm surprised you liked it. I really am.
So right out of the chute, I was looking for the most inexpensive place to buy it, because I was finding anywhere from $15 to $20, and Xbox, PlayStation, and whatnot. And then I got on my boys' Steam account and looked on there, and they hadn't bought it. I'm like, great, I'm gonna have to buy this game. But on Steam, it was a whole $1.
Really?
$1 damn. $1.
$1. They probably paid more in the transaction fee than what you paid for the game.
But then they had it bundled with Inside for $3. Ooh. So I got 2 games for $3.
That's a steal.
It is a steal, and I've never played Inside, but I have to now because I bought it.
We're gonna have to play Inside.
Yeah. Do you own that one?
I own it. Yes. Haven't played it yet, though.
Okay. But that's awesome. But the very next damn day, Xbox releases it on Game Pass. It was $1 damn.
Man, but isn't that just the way the cookie crumbles?
Well, it is. You know, that's well, it's not like Game Pass is free.
Right.
It's just I'll pay the $20 for a month, and I'll play the hell out of a game for a month, and then I let Game Pass lapse and come back when I have time.
So for that 1 month of Game Pass, you could have bought 20 copies of Limbo.
God. So I see the caffeine's kicking in.
It's kicking in very well.
Good God. Well, let's get into this game just a little bit here. So right out of the gate, you're this shadow of a boy.
Yes.
And I mean, it's very, very black and white.
There's not a lot of color. It's a very dark game.
It is a very dark game. There's a story, but they're not telling you what the story is.
Not really.
There's no explanation. There's no sound. Well, there's like eerie music in the background all the time, but there's no real music for this game. Mm-hmm. So basically, you start out as this little boy, and no instructions. So you just kind of start moving around, and you can jump.
Yep, you can jump.
You can go left, right, and you can jump. What else can you do? You can grab things.
You can grab things. You can pull things.
But it's all the same button.
All the same button. You can climb.
Yeah.
When allowed.
When allowed, yep. So we got that going for us. Like I said, 0 instructions for this game. And it's you do jump like Mario. Mm-hmm. There's that action button, but this is no Mario. Not even a little bit. And yeah, it's creepy because there's no sound.
No, it's weird.
And I think that, like a white noise.
There's like a white noise, and then you can hear, I'm sure we'll get into this a little bit later, but you can hear the creatures.
Yeah.
And it's
damn
weird.
Spiders.
Yeah.
So it's a 2D puzzle platformer type thing. And do we even know the name of this boy?
I don't think so.
No.
We really don't know anything.
No, we know nothing about this boy. And this is a spoiler, but you're searching for your missing sister.
Yes.
I had no idea that was his sister.
I didn't know it was his sister.
I had to look it up because, I figured, we go through all this and we rescued a princess type thing. Or his girlfriend or something, and find out it's his sister. Good for him rescuing his sister.
Yeah, that's very kind of him.
Yeah, very kind of him.
I'm sure most people would have left her.
Right. So, or we can just say, this is Mario and he's going out to get Princess Peach, and man, did the game get dark.
The game got dark quick. Tom's been playing a lot of Mario.
A little too much, yeah. So, true side-scrolling fashion, dark, monochrome world filled with dangers and puzzles and all that good stuff, problem-solving, things that are just scratching that itch.
Definitely.
Definitely. In fact, I'm trying to remember, it's been a couple months since I played the game, but is the very first puzzle, is that the one with the box in the water?
I want to say it is.
Okay.
I know there's quite a few different instances where there is a box in a water.
Oh, I know. Absolutely.
And it's super frustrating, but that sounds about right. And like you said, there's absolutely no direction.
No.
So you're just habitually drowning, trying to figure out what the hell you're supposed to do.
I can jump a little further. I can do this. Let's push it out this far. Because if you get too far in the water, you drown.
Right.
And so I was pissed. I'm like, all right, I missed something. So I went back, and I see a rope. Mm-hmm. Almost like a noose. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's just kill the kid off, End the game early. Jesus Christ.
Well, that got dark quick.
So anyway, so I go back to this rope, and then I can't reach it and everything, and then so I go back to the box, and I'm trying to play in the water, and then I'm trying to call you, and you're not answering the phone, and I'm getting pissed. So then I drag the box. I realize that, I don't have to throw it in the water. I can just drag it backwards.
Right.
So I do. I drag it backwards, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go hang this kid. Have him grab the rope, kick the box out, and be done.
Call it a day.
Call it a day, yep. And you can't grab that. You can't grab that rope.
Nope.
But then I was able to jump on the tree. And now I'm climbing on the tree. I'm like, oh, shit. That's what we're supposed to do. This is the first puzzle. Oh, okay. I was just, whatever. So then you go up there and you break a branch off or something like that. And it falls. And you're like, okay, well, whatever the hell's up with that. And whatnot. So then you're looking around and you're like, all right, well, let's push the box back down to the water. And there's the tree limb.
There's the branch.
Son of a bitch. It's that easy.
Well, you'd like to think. But that is one thing I love about this game is the way that they set up the environment. It really throws you off. It makes you think you're supposed to go this direction.
Yep.
And it's always the complete opposite way every single time.
Yep. It's just, and I think that's what makes this game so great is the fact that there are no instructions.
Yes.
You have to figure the game out.
You do.
And, you just get into these spots and you just get frustrated. And I thought about recording it, or playing it on Twitch,
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Right. And then edit the piss out of it and give tutorials. But so many people have already done that.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Limbo world is kind of watered down with playthroughs.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I gotta ask, and maybe we'll get into this later as well, but how many times did you have to look up a playthrough?
I looked up a couple of them.
Okay.
And, I would, they have them, they really have them split up, in quote-unquote chapters.
Sure. And
so there are a couple things I had to look up. And what was really great is I would start looking things up, just the section I needed. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, I'm doing the right thing. And then that's what I'd find out is, yes, you're on the right track.
Right.
There was very, very seldom that I wasn't on the right track.
Right.
And we will get into that, I'm pretty sure, here down the road. But it was one of those where I just wasn't jumping in the right spot.
Yeah, or you weren't timing it right.
Yeah, I wasn't timing it right. So to watch somebody else doing it, it's like, oh, like when you're jumping across the hotel letters.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah.
I was doing it correctly. I just wasn't doing it the timing. Yeah, you're right. The timing was off. And so once I finally figured that out, but I would only, if I had to look something up, it was only just enough to get me to the next step.
Sure.
Because somebody wouldn't answer their phone. Hey, if you need help, Tom, you just give me a call or send me a text. I'll answer it. Yeah, bullshit.
Shut my phone off.
It must have been date night.
Could have been.
All right.
Who knows?
Good point.
I'm usually pretty good about answering. I mean, I've answered on dates. I've answered in the bathtub. It's...
Yeah, we got to talk about that. So we get past that, and I don't, like I said, I don't quite remember the game, but spiders are a thing in this game.
Spiders are a thing in this game, and that's probably my favorite level, and not because I enjoy the spider, but because it's so satisfying and you finally get to kill it. It's very intense.
Oh my god, so
horribly intense.
So like I said, I played this on Steam that first night, and you have to outrun the spider.
Yes.
And all the things that come with it.
Yes.
And I did it my first try.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
That's awesome.
So now we're going to fast forward to I've beat the game. It's on Game Pass, so let's fire it up and get some achievements.
Yeah.
Did not get it on the first try, and I know the puzzles, and I over and over and over, and the damn thing just kept killing me and catching up to me, and it was such a horrible experience playing it on the GameCube, on the Xbox that way. I don't know why I have GameCube on the brain all of a sudden.
Probably because we've been talking about the Switch too.
Well, there's that. Yeah, there is that.
I love how when the spider goes to kill you, it's like everything slows down and you feel all the fear and you feel all the emotions of defeat, and then you're just pierced.
Oh, that reminds me. Before the spider chase though, playing with the damn bear trap.
Oh God, I hate the bear trap.
How many times do you get speared by that little bastard? Man. Every time.
Too many to count.
Oh, because what you do is you stick this bear trap down and then you taunt this spider. And when I say spider, he's like 30 times bigger than you.
And he's very fast.
He's extremely fast. So he acts like he's going to stab you. And so then you move and then he stabs and then he gets his leg caught in the bear trap. So on and so forth. So when you do get past that part, that's why he's chasing you. He's pissed.
Yeah, I would be mad too.
I would be too. Yeah, so a lot of games with the spider.
A lot of games.
But that was the first time when we were on that one. That is the first time that I did have to look up a playthrough. Because I saw the bear trap type thing. And I remember messing with the spider and it falls because it's like up in a tree or something.
Yes.
And I walked back and I walked right into the bear trap. I'm like, what the hell? And so then I'm trying to figure out, how to jump around this leg, and I can't figure it out. What I didn't know is that you can grab the bear trap.
Well, and with the game being as dark as it is, and the grass and the bushes that you presume they have, it's kind of hard to even see the bear trap.
Right, it is. So that is one where I did have to look it up, because I took the bear trap over there to the tree, but I kept jumping into it. So then I actually saw that, they're taunting it to make his leg go into the trap.
Yes.
So yeah, that unfortunately I did cheat on that area, but I wasn't getting any further than that area without that little bit of knowledge there. So yeah, that was a good part. But getting past that spider was it was such a rush when I did that.
Oh man, it felt so good.
Yeah,
it felt so good.
I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but did you get any of the achievements for this game? Or did they have them on the iPhone?
I can't recall if they had them on the iPhone. I want to say that was before. I mean, that was before like the Apple Arcade and all that stuff that we have now. But it was amazing. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit too. I did have to look up a playthrough as well. I really struggled with the hotel sign.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It is horrible.
And it's one of those where it's like, you just don't know what you're doing wrong. And the timing, you have to be down to like the literal second.
Right. Otherwise you get electrocuted.
Yeah, you're
fall.
Get shocked.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, that was awesome.
But yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah.
For what it is and how long it's been out, how many different times it's been released.
Well, and I have a couple spots that that just made me cringe playing this game. I don't know about you. You can kind of think of that. Yeah. So the little pieces of fire.
Yes.
Yeah, they can go to hell.
Yes.
And hey, that was good. That was a pun I didn't intend.
Really
that
good,
was I like that. Yeah. And so basically, when you touch fire, you can't control your character all of a sudden. So if you're pressing left, he's going to go right.
Yep, always goes the opposite.
The opposite of what you want it to do. And then, to have it sitting there dangling around saw blades and electricity and everything, that's always fun.
I hate that saw blade.
Well, there's a couple different spots where the fire's touching you, but yeah, the saw blade was one of them that was a pain, or a water level or whatnot.
Yep.
It doesn't let you control it, and I think if you jump in the water, you get rid of the flame. Is that
no? You have to stand in the light.
You do, but when you went in the water, did it extinguish the thing? But then you had to worry about drowning.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I remember, it always seemed like it would direct you to where the little rays of light would cut through limbo, essentially, and it's almost like it would burn it out of your head. It was really strange.
It was strange. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it, but then once you got it in the right area that whatnot, you got rid of it, then everything was fine again.
So have your boys played this game? I know you said they didn't have it on Steam, but I'm sure you talked to them about it.
I did a little bit. Tommy wants to play it.
Oh, really?
And now that I've downloaded it on his Steam account, he's all up for playing it.
Heck yeah.
We got a family account or something like that, so...
Man, that's the way to do it.
Well, yeah, and, they've been talking about Steam forever, and I didn't understand. Of course, why would I listen to them?
Right.
They're telling me how to play a video game. I should listen to them. They tell me how to play video games.
They've got some good tips, some good advice, and you got a gaming PC now.
So. Well, yeah, and then of course, Epic Games, they're always giving away free stuff.
Always.
We were talking on the last episode. We talked about Streets of Rage.
Yes.
And then there was another game back in that era called River City Ransom or something like that. But anyway, the reason I bring that up is because Epic Software's free game of the month or time is River Ransom City Girls or something like that.
Interesting.
And yeah, so I downloaded that as the free game, and I can't wait to play that.
So I got a game that you might like that perhaps we're gonna have to do an episode on.
Oh, geez.
Sorry to pivot off of here, but it's on Epic Games.
Okay.
It was free. I don't know if it is currently, but I think it's like $3.99 if it isn't.
Sure.
It's called Neon Abyss.
Okay.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
It's amazing.
Is it along this Limbo game type thing?
It's kind of like a cross between... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a cross between Super Mario, Limbo, and... what's the word I'm looking for? Metroid?
Okay. All right.
I'll show you the cover art here.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
So Neon Abyss is what he's talking about, guys.
Yes. It's a good game.
Yeah.
I think you'll like it.
So my ADD has enough problems with this focusing, and you've got enough caffeine in you that you are vibrating through that chair. You're almost done?
I'm done.
Oh, you're done with it.
Yeah,
that's why.
It.
So we should probably get back on track and finish up the Limbo thing, and then we can bullshit.
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay. So, real quick, I want to discuss a couple more of the chapters here, but I only got 2 achievements on this game. One of them was towards the beginning, climbing up that tree.
Right.
If you keep climbing, there's one up there, and I don't quite remember the other one. I'd have to look it up. But you said you didn't get any achievements playing it back then.
Not on the iPhone.
Are you going to play this on Game Pass?
I am going to play it on Game Pass. I think I'd like to trophy hunt it.
Yeah.
From what I've noticed about this game is it's not open world. It's a very structured environment, but there seems to always be a hidden thing that you can find or a strange place that you can end up for a little extra content.
Yeah, and I think that's where the achievements are.
I think so too. Yeah. And so I think to really get a full experience of the game, I would like to go back and trophy hunt it, and maybe I'll enjoy the game even more playing with an actual controller instead of just the 2 buttons on my phone screen.
Yeah, I would say that. I had it on, like I said, on the computer, and I couldn't play it with the keyboard. No.
That would be hard.
Yeah, so I actually plugged or synced up the Xbox controller for it and played it that way. And I really, really enjoyed doing it that way. Now, one of the levels that I do want to talk about is the one with the saw blade where the whole world is turning.
Oh.
And that is one that I had to reach out to you about. And you're like, yeah, that one sucks. I'm like, well, no, I got that far. And I had to look up a playthrough, even though you gave me a little bit of knowledge there. And I get that, it'd been a while since you had played it and everything.
Yes.
But
it's horrible.
Even after looking up the playthrough, I still fought with that damn level.
It's horrible.
And I didn't want all the answers. I want to make that clear. But I needed little hints. And it was like, why can't I jump over this part? And there's the dynamite and all that good stuff and fighting with that. But I just couldn't quite get it. And once I finally got the timing, then I understood what the walkthrough was trying to show me.
Right.
But until I got past that little section, I couldn't do it.
It's awful. I mean, timing really is everything in this game. Like we've said before, you could be doing the action 100% correct on the right path, but if you are off by even just a second, you're fried. That's it.
Right. So, I don't know. Does this game give that replay? Yes, I played it on Steam, and then and the only reason I fired it up on Game Pass, like I said, was to try to get some achievements out of it, because I'm a trophy whore. I say I'm not a trophy hunter, and then like Astrobot.
Yeah,
I couldn't put that damn game down until I completely beat it, and I got all the trophies on it.
That's a great game.
It is, and I do want to talk to you about that game too, but maybe not during this. But it's just that once you know the puzzles, I guess maybe if you gave it a year and then came back to it, or when did you play this game?
2015.
So
roughly. If
it's been that long, you could probably go into it and play it and not remember a damn thing.
I'm sure it'd be a brand new experience,
right?
Especially on the console, instead of the mobile.
But the hotel part, you're going to deal with the electricity and all that for the first time. The water levels, those are hard.
They're very hard. Very intense.
But, getting back to that saw blade one, once I hit that, it was almost game over for me.
Really?
It really was I just could not hit that. And I'm like, oh gosh, am I going to have Anthony come over and get me past this part? And I'm glad that, that wasn't the case or anything like that. But, once I got it, and then, a couple more jumps, and then it's like the game's over.
Yeah.
And you rescue your sister and all that stuff. But right before that, it's like the game got weird.
Yes. It gets weird.
And I hate to say it like that because the whole damn game is weird. But you get to that little section, it's like all of a sudden you're breaking the fourth wall.
Yes.
And it's like, what the hell?
And like you said, it's just that little section.
Yeah.
I think had the whole game kind of been built around that premise, it'd be different. But it really kind of throws it off a little bit.
It does.
And that's, I really like this game. I'm not sure what I'm going to rate it yet. But that is my biggest complaint, is it just kind of abruptly ends.
It does. Yes.
You get your sister and then boom.
Yeah, it's done.
There's not a lot of closure.
Right. And I don't know, do you think they could have made the game longer? Do you think that they didn't know how to end it, so they just, hey, let's just throw this thing in here. You float through this wall and you're done.
I think so. When I think about Limbo, it's associated with the afterlife.
Correct.
And I don't know if you've played Dante's Inferno or not, but I played it on the Xbox 360. It's an awesome game. I'm not going to go super deep into that. We don't need to get off on another tangent in this episode. But I love how in that game, you go into hell, you play through it, you have the boss fight. I'm not going to give any spoilers. And then you also have the satisfaction of exiting and moving on to either the human realm or the afterlife of your choice. I think it would have been cool to kind of do that with Limbo because, right, I mean, that's essentially what Limbo is. It's that middle ground between life and death. So I do think it could have been longer. I think they could have had a more satisfactory ending. Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest complaint. It's just so abrupt.
Yeah. No, I agree. But, we should probably score this game.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, we forgot to do it at the beginning, so we'll do it at the end, but we can discuss what we've been playing and what's coming up and whatnot.
Cool.
So, like we were talking on previous episodes already, I know it's only 5 episodes previous, but, whatever. Being all brand new. But the scores for Metacritic are all over the place. We got Xbox and PlayStation leading with 90%. The PC, Android, and Apple are just underneath that at 89. The Switch is at 83%, which those are all good scores. But I'm surprised that the Switch is only at 83.
That does kind of surprise me as well. I mean, with the way this game is set up with that side scroller
it'd be perfect on the Switch.
Perfect Switch game.
But that was where it was the most expensive too.
Really?
That's where it was to $20. So, so for our scale, we'll go through it real quick. We got game erase, game fail, game over, gameplay again and again, and then game perfection. And I'm going to put this right at the top of the B scale, so I'm going to give it an 89. It doesn't really have a deep plot or anything like that. It's a simple game, but that is a gameplay again. I like this game. I really do, and I can see playing it again. Obviously, I tried to play it again right away.
Right.
But I'm probably gonna wait until next year and fire this up again.
And play fresh experience.
Yeah, and play through it, and maybe it won't be so sloppy, and maybe I can do it in 2 hours. Yeah. I'm sure one of the achievements is probably to beat it in an hour or something stupid like that, and I don't care about getting that trophy if that is one. But I think that's where I'm at. I think this is a good game, and not every game needs to be a 50-hour game.
I agree.
Even if this game took 10 hours, it's worth that whole damn dollar. Where are you at with this?
Well, first I want to say I'm pleasantly surprised to hear your rating of the game. I thought for sure that there's man, I'm going to get Tom to play this game. He's going to hate it. It's not going to go over well.
It's no RC Pro-Am.
It's no RC Pro-Am, that's for sure. But I'm glad to hear that you enjoy it as much as you do. I'm going to be in the same range. I'm not going to give it the same score. I'm going to give it a flat 80.
An 80?
Yes.
I like this game more than you?
You like this game more than me. It's a gameplay again. It's something I want to play again. And it is worth playing. So that's what pushes it into the 80 aspect for me. It very well could drop down to a 79.
Ooh.
But I know I'm going to play it again.
Well, then it has to be an 80.
Has to be an 80.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I've ended up with it. I definitely think it's something that everybody should play at least once.
Yeah.
Especially if you're new at video games, this is a good game to kind of get your feet wet. It's short, it's frustrating just enough, and
yeah, but I don't know if it's your first game, because if it was my first game, this would probably turn me off.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know. I like the psychological aspect around this game where they make it so incredibly frustrating that you have such a strong sense of satisfaction when you do solve a puzzle. Yeah. That's what keeps you want to keep going.
Well, the cool thing is it knows you're going to die over and over and over again, and it doesn't put you back super far.
I like that too.
Except for the damn saw blades. It puts you all the way at the beginning.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, they did. They were trying to extend their game. That's what they were trying to do. But I like that it kind of holds your hand in that respect. Mm-hmm. And then it breaks it down into chapters. So you can go back and play any part over.
Right.
Which is kind of nice. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that I liked it more than you did.
I am
scored it higher. That's how I should say.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you did too. Yeah. That makes me feel good.
So, like I said, we forgot to talk about the games we've been playing. What have you been playing the last couple weeks?
The last couple weeks, I revisited Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I beat the first Mafia game in the Mafia trilogy.
Oh.
That was something that I had started when I was younger, and of course, I didn't take it seriously. I just wanted to drive around and shoot people in the game. So to actually go back, get into the story, that was a lot of fun. Haley and I beat It Takes Two.
Nice.
Excellent game. It was absolutely amazing. And I don't know where you and Natalie are at in it, but there are tons of mini games littered throughout the levels. I highly recommend finding all of them.
Well, the last time we talked about It Takes Two, it was date night, and that's what we were going to play that night.
Okay.
And that didn't happen.
Oh no.
No, it didn't. So we actually haven't picked it back up.
Really? So you're still on the robotic bee?
Yeah. So it's going to take us a second to get the muscle memory down to play that part and beat it, and then get on with the game. But Natalie doesn't play a lot of games,
right?
And she's got her own hobbies and whatnot, so it might actually be a game that you and I have to play.
That'd be all right.
And yeah, it's all right because we can actually play online and
and
then knock that game out. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. You know, this was the first game that Haley's ever really played and beat.
Yeah.
And it has completely ignited a fire in her. She wants to get Sackboy and play that together, and Split Fusion and all the other multiplayer games that exist. She's even considering checking out Fortnite and Minecraft now.
Oh, what'd you do to this poor girl?
I corrupted her.
Twice,
I know. I'd be down to play it with you. I'm not going to kiss you at the end, though.
Are you sure?
Unless you want to.
No, not really.
Don't shave so it tickles.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, Anthony's getting a little dark. Speaking of Limbo.
Yeah.
Here.
Fits the theme.
Fits the theme, I guess. The other thing, I've been playing a whole bunch of little games.
Mm-hmm.
My ADD's just been on fire, especially this last 2 weeks. And it's been hard to get into a game.
Sure.
I've been playing Arcade Paradise.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know what that game is, but basically your dad or uncle or somebody owns this laundromat, and there happens to be these arcades in the background. So you come in and you do laundry, and then you buy more arcade games, and then you keep expanding that system. And then people come in and play the arcade, and you can play the arcades. You can actually physically play them.
So it's kind of like a simulation.
Yeah, kind of like a simulation game, and I do love those kind of games. And it's so funny because Natalie walks in, she goes, "You're playing a game simulating doing laundry. I got a whole fucking basket out in the living room for you."
We can make this real life.
Yeah, right. But yeah, well, it only takes me 2 seconds to do laundry in the game, so no. Yeah, because I hate laundry. And I've played this game before. I played it on Game Pass, and then it came out on PlayStation Plus. So I was just kind of wasting some time trying to play a game, and we could definitely do a podcast on that game. There's not a lot to it, but it does have its moments. There's all these games, like one of the games, it's like playing Pac-Man, but you're driving a car.
Sure.
And then the ghosts are cops.
Interesting.
And so it's kind of fun. There's a game that's kind of like Bejeweled, so on and so forth. So it's a fun game to a point. A little bit goes a long way type thing. But yeah, you're trying to build this arcade empire. And so I played that for a little bit. And then I was going through the boys' Steam library last night, and they had one called Arcade Spirits.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
It does sound fun. It is not.
What's it about?
It's basically like this story-driven game.
Okay.
And I don't really care to read it because that's all it is text. And so, like, I played it for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes thinking, okay, get through. It must be like a tutorial thing. So just A, just trying to, or X or whatever platform I was playing it on. Oh, it was on the computer. So I was using an Xbox controller. No, I was using a mouse. That's what it was. And so I'm just sitting there clicking on the mouse. And and then it'd ask a question. Do you like A, B, or C? I don't know. Okay, B. Yeah, good answer. Sure, whatever. And this kid is crying, and this kid is bullying this kid, and somebody wants to buy this machine for $200, and you turn around and says, no, but I'll take $3,000. And the guy tells me to pound sand. Okay, whatever. And all of a sudden, I beat level 1, and I'm like, well, what the hell I didn't do anything.
So is this a game simulating like an arcade, or is this a game simulating Facebook Marketplace?
Ooh,
because that's what it sounds like.
Facebook Marketplace can be a fun game.
It could be a fun game. I mean, you got people lowballing you all the time, telling you to pound sand. Right. Kids bullying each other.
Right. Okay. I guess that we could change the name. So when all said and done, I got 25 minutes into that game last night, and I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. And Tommy even came up while I was playing, and he goes, "You're actually going to play that?" Well, I don't know what I'm playing, so no. The answer is no. So I'll uninstall it because that one's on the computer.
Oh, sure.
I listened to I got one of my favorite podcasters is Adam Blank with Remember the Game.
Shout out to Adam Blank.
Yeah, right on. And he just got done doing an XCOM 2 game.
Ooh.
Preview. So I downloaded that.
Okay.
And same kid, he's like, good luck. I'm like, well, he made it sound fun. And my kid makes it sound like not so much fun. So we'll see. We'll see what happens from that. But yeah, just I'm looking for that next game, and I don't know what it is. I need a 5 to 10 hour cleanser like Limbo was.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't need another 50-hour game, especially right now.
Check out Schedule 1.
Schedule 1, huh?
Just came out on Steam. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, and that's the problem, in this day and age, if you can't find a game to play, then you shouldn't be playing.
I agree. You have access to so much.
So many things.
And you don't have to ride your bike down to the video game rental store anymore.
Well, that's a good point, too, because, Brandon wants to play that Bionic Commando.
Yeah.
And so I tried playing that, and that game is hard. I remember it now. And so if you look on the shelf over there, you can see that it's plugged into the Game Genie too.
Yes.
Yeah, I fired that up so I could get a couple extra lives and whatnot. So I've been playing with that. And then I had to get a new power supply and cable for the Sega Genesis. And so I fired that up and played a couple of those games. And it's like, oh, shit, now I got to get into this. And,
oh, man.
And all the games that... the Switch has on, all of its retro stuff. So if you can't find a game out there, give up. That's what I'm saying.
Give up.
Give up. Just give up.
Get the rope. Get the box.
Nice Limbo pull. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the games I'm playing. But we just got to figure out what we're gonna review next, and maybe that'll get me back on track.
Could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could.
So, do we want to do a poll? I mean, I know we discussed doing Shredder's Revenge for the next one.
We did.
Which I think is a good one. Do we want to put a poll up on this episode and see what others want to play, or do we want to just pick something again after we play Shredder's Revenge?
I don't know. That's tough.
It is tough.
I think Shredder's Revenge might be a kind of a good cleanse.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a good cleanse. I can't wait to review
it.
But I'm talking about whatever the game is after that.
Oh, yeah, I'd be down to put a poll up for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll put a poll up when this episode goes live, and we'll see if any of our listeners want us to play anything or just throw out some suggestions in the Discord. That's quite all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do check for comments and whatnot, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Might have to get some Brutal Legends going here eventually. I know Jack Black's really big in the media right now with the Minecraft movie just came out, so that could be fun too.
Yeah, I just let Game Pass slip through because it's going to be another busy month.
Sure.
So
maybe next month.
Yeah, shoot. Which means I need to fire Game Pass back up, maybe get on Twitch and play through it.
There you go.
Damn it.
More copies of Limbo you could have bought.
But that does look good though.
It's a good game.
All right. Well, so that's an option too. So we'll play it by ear, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah. See you guys later.